Reports are that the mother of three took her daughter with her and told a relative that she was going to visit a friend in the city. But relative had warned Latoya time and time again not to visit her partner because he had threatened to kill her, which stemmed from a text message he found on Latoya's cell phone, reportedly from a man. His brother told reporters that Pollard had showed him the text messages, and it was from that message Pollard planned the deed.
You had no need to come here last night. Oh, God.
The woman's mother, Raquel Meredith, explained her shock and horror when she heard the news about her daughter and granddaughter's death.
I don't know anything, but I can leave to go to work. So I don't know. I don't know anything.
Did she complain to you about...
She was getting pregnant with her child. She hadn't said anything to me.
Are you know of this incident?
The brother-in-law and then was getting pregnant with the house. So she decided to come by BLA because she said the mother said they must move out. I said to come, have a room for you there. She did come across, she asked me, it went last year, no? Last year time, but then she told me she was going to cross by her grandfather yesterday. And I leave her there, I don't know nothing else might have happened.
It was also reported to the press that Pollard, who allegedly loved his marijuana, borrowed a bicycle to go to the shop. Upon his return, he had a bottle, suspected to be gasoline, wrapped in a plastic bag, and a pumpkin. Residents suspected that he might have cooked the food, poisoned it, and give it to Latoya to eat, killing her, burning himself and his one-year-old daughter in the blaze.
Yeah, she lost baby.
The police are awaiting a post-mortem examination to determine whether the woman was indeed hacked to death or poisoned. Andrew Weeks, Channel 2, Headline News.
Thank you, Andrew. President Granger says his government deserves an A rating, but opposition leader Barrett Jagdeo disagrees. George Gonzalez explains why Jagdeo says that Granger is living in La La Land.
This is a demonstration of what we have been saying about this government, that they live in La La Land, that they're increasingly growing aloof and out of touch with reality, and that it has permeated the entire government all the way to the top, all the way to the presidency.
Over the weekend, President Granger stated his belief that the coalition government deserves an A rating. Speaking on Monday, opposition leader Barrett Jagdeo expressed his complete disagreement with the president's assertion. His complaints were many, but he narrowed his focus to several key topics. One of them is foreign investment. Mr. Jagdeo argues that the government is scaring away business.
The reason they don't want to invest in Guyana is because of the policies of this government. They've scared away not only current investors, but they've scared away future investors. The people do not want, based on the signals that they're getting, to put their money at risk.
It is Jagdeo's belief that the lack of investment is having a profoundly negative effect on job creation.
They promised jobs, but he has failed to secure investments that create jobs. He should give himself a failing grade for that.
This lack of employment often causes a rise in crime. Jagdeo is quick to reference what he calls a, quote, callous reaction to the uptick in crime. He also gave the coalition a failing grade for crime fighting.
The minister says, oh, you can't expect to have law enforcement if you don't pay taxes. Callous statements on the part of the government. No expression of sympathy or they do not take responsibility. It's somebody else's fault. It got to be the PPP's fault. And so half of what the president said is about the PPP's fault. After 2 years, in government. So they have a failing grade on addressing the crime situation too.
He also complained on the behalf of business owners, stating that the administrative burden is now too heavy on them. He accuses the government of focusing entirely on politics and neglecting management of the country. Ultimately, Jagdeo has only one positive comment on the coalition government's term thus far. He lauded them on their ability to hold local government elections. This is George Gonzalez reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Good for you, George. There was a massive power disruption last night which affected thousands across the region. Guyana Power and Light confirmed that the Demerara-Berbice interconnected system experienced a complete shutdown at around 8 p.m. While the cause was not explained by GPL, many residents across the coast reported seeing a blue flash and a power surge before the system failed. Most residents had their power restored by 2 a.m. One family is now mourning the loss of a beloved son after an afternoon swim turned deadly. Val in Holland has more on this tragic event.
Still alive. Still alive. Holy upside it down, upside it down, upside it down.
On Saturday, 13-year-old Nicholas Suklal drowned at the Kingston-Georgetown shore. The boy had just finished playing a cricket game with friends when he and another boy decided to enter the water to wash off. Unfortunately, the powerful offshore currents proved too strong for the boy, carrying him underwater. Suklal was carried to the GPHC where he was pronounced dead on arrival. His friends who were present were carried into Brickdam police station to be questioned regarding the incident. This is Valin Holland reporting for Safe TV2 Headline News.
Thanks, Valin. Coming up on Headline News after the break, 2 annual reports are in, but that doesn't prevent another entity from paying monies owed. And a brave attempt of an escape by a prisoner who didn't get far from the Camp Street jail.
Sometimes there's just too much information to keep up with when you're pregnant. What you should and should not eat, what kind of exercise is right for you, how to handle mood changes, even how to determine when it's time for delivery.
Don't let your pregnancy be a burden. Watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2 every weekday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now you can know all you need to know from conception to delivery when you watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper diet and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
The annual reports of the National Insurance Scheme for 2014 and the Guyana Lands and Survey Commission for 2010 have been presented to Cabinet. Andrew Weeks tells us that even though the reports are in, monies owed by the Berbice River Bridge Company are yet to be paid.
These submissions are part of an ongoing process of updating the records of state agencies and making them transparent and accountable.
Cabinet Secretary and Minister of State Joseph Harmon. The report was handed over by Minister of State Joseph Harmon and the Minister of Finance Winston Jordan.
You'd recall now that you see the dates that we're covering 2010. We still have to do 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, and 2015, as well as 2016.
The National Insurance Scheme mission is to establish and maintain a system of social security through which enough income is secured to take the place of earnings when same is interrupted by sickness or accident. It also provides for retirement through age, sudden death of a breadwinner, and to meet exceptional expenses as those concerned with birth and death, as well as to ensure monies collected, which have to be used for future payments, are invested in such a manner that the economy of the country would reap maximum benefit. Minister of State Joseph Harmon said the government is keeping its promise of accountability in state agencies.
But this is basically part of our commitment to this nation that we will ensure that all of these state entities, that they are transparent in what they do and that they account for the work which they do in those agencies.
To date, NIS have not received 1 cent in return for its investment in ordinary shares in the Berbice Bridge. That was made known by Rita Scotland, Finance Controller at the National Insurance Scheme, during its end-of-year report. NIS is the largest single investor in the bridge, whereby it invested $2.6 billion. A forensic audit in NIS showed that the entity had accumulated losses totaling $1.5 billion as of 2014. Despite being the biggest investor, the new GPC and Ramroop Group, through an equity arrangement, had 40% control of the bridge company. These companies are said to be owned by close friends of former President Barra Jagdeo. 2 directors representing the Ramroop Group have since resigned. Andrew Weeks, Channel 2, Headline News.
We heard you, Andrew. Cane cutters dutifully continue their quest for severance pay. George Gonzalez reports that the sugar workers have now brought their protest to the capital.
This morning, as promised, cane cutters brought their grievances to the president's doorstep. Workers attached to the Wales Sugar Estate are seeking their severance checks from the Guyana Sugar Corporation. This demonstration follows 5 days of protests at the Wales and Rose Hall Sugar Estates. The protest action stems from a delay in the receipt of their checks, which they expected since December. This delay is viewed by the sugar workers as an unwillingness to pay. This unwillingness to pay angers this longtime laborer, who considers it an infringement on their rights.
It is within the labor law, the constitutional law. The labor law is within 10 miles. And after 10 miles, we entitle our severance pay because that is the labor law. Gaisuku is denying us, plus they are delaying us from our severance pay. And this is victimization. This is bullyism. And we are not accepted it.
According to one of the cane cutters, all of the other workers have received their severance pay, but the cane cutters have yet to receive a cent from Gaisuku. The men reject the government's option to be retained by the company and would rather be let go. They cite the long daily commute to Iflut to be the main reason why.
I wish you want to go to the because the distance too much, you got to leave 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? And most time you don't reach about till night. Because you can find now they carry all the sugar workers there.
Yeah.
The issue is now you can get one problem. Right? Because the cutting work is 6 hours. Right? Now you find that most people go down there now is something which only 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And then that can continue. Yeah. Right? So we are asking the president to intervene, right, to see that the sugar workers get their severance pay. This is all we are asking for.
In recent years, there have been many labor disputes between the beleaguered state-owned entity and its employees. The demonstrators here have brought their protests to the office of the president with hopes that the president would intervene on their behalf. Thus far, they have not received any response from anyone in authority. The laborers plan to continue their demonstration until their demands are heard. This has been George Gonzalez for Channel 2 Headline News.
Thank you, George. A Camp Street prisoner made an unsuccessful break for freedom yesterday. Ruko McIntyre, who is on remand for stealing a cell phone, scaled the fence of the prison and ran away. Initial reports state that McIntyre seized the opportunity to escape while attending church at the prison's chapel. An alarm was raised after he was seen climbing the fence. He did not make it far. Officers at Brick Dam Police Station were deployed and captured the man at the intersection of Hatfield and Lime Streets. An investigation has been opened into the matter. Officials plan to bring charges against McIntyre and the warden responsible for his supervision. The escapee is currently in solitary confinement. Still ahead, the retirement of a political stalwart in Trinidad and Tobago, and Donald Trump's mental stability being questioned by some of his own Republicans.
Sometimes there's just too much information to keep up with when you're pregnant. What you should and should not eat, what kind of exercise is right for you, how to handle mood changes, even how to determine when it's time for delivery.
Don't let your pregnancy be a burden. Watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2 every weekday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now you can know all you need to know from conception to delivery when you watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
People will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's for dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
In news from the region now, after almost 5 decades of being the central liaison for the People's National Movement, Ashton Ford is bowing out of active politics. He joined the party as a youth and served in many capacities. C News reports.
Ashton Ford is the familiar face at every PNM function and the friendly media liaison. After 49 years of service to the party, he is retiring from active politics.
I have been involved with the party since 1968 when I joined the PNM Youth League, and I've served the party until today. As a matter of fact, I went through the whole, from councillor, mayor, member of parliament, work in the opposition office, serve at different ministries in several capacities in Prime Minister's office, legal affairs, and so on. And as a diplomat from 2004 to 2010.
Over the years, Mr. Ford has seen the party grow and has worked closely with all of the past and present political leaders of the PNM, including this country's first Prime Minister.
And I've served under all the leaders, Dr. Williams, Mr. Chambers, Mr. Manning, and Dr. Rowley. I've represented my party in various forums all over. I went to China on an international conference. I've been to Jamaica, addressing the People's National Party convention. I was in Barbados.
He celebrated his 66th birthday on Tuesday and tendered his resignation as General Secretary today, Friday. His focus will now shift from full-time involvement in the party's affairs to family life. Mr. Ford said it's a natural part of the party's succession planning.
So it has been a good run for me in the political arena. But the time has come when family takes precedence, and I feel it's the right time to submit my resignation as General Secretary and make way for young people.
As he closes the chapter on his political career, Mr. Ford leaves the party in capable hands. But it's no doubt his amicable and helpful approach will definitely be missed. Melissa Dasroth, C News.
And internationally, last Friday on Real Time with Bill Mayer, Senator Al Franken talked about some Republican colleagues privately expressing concerns about President Trump being not right mentally. He sat down with CNN Jake Tapper on the State of the Union on Sunday. Here is that story.
Hero. And after years of playing it straight in the Senate, the former Saturday Night Live star is finally deploying his secret weapon, humor. Here he is on what his Republican colleagues are telling him about President Trump.
Some will say that he's not right mentally. And then some are harsher.
That was Senator Franken on Real Time with Bill Maher, and he's here right now. Not Bill Maher, but Senator Franken. Thanks for joining us.
I'm with Jake Tapper.
So I know that was comedy, but is it true that Republican colleagues of yours expressed concern about President Trump's mental health?
Few.
Really?
Yeah. It's not the majority of them, it's a few.
In what way?
In the way that we all have this suspicion that, you know, that he lies a lot. He says things that aren't true. That's the same as lying, I guess. 3 to 5 million people voted illegally. There was a new one about people going in from Massachusetts to New
Thousands
Hampshire.
and thousands in a bus, yeah.
Yeah, and, that is not the norm for a president of the United States or actually for a human being.
And that's Channel 2's headline news for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 headline news on Facebook, YouTube, and safetvguyana.com. You can also tune in at 6:30 tomorrow morning for your rebroadcast. Until then, I'm Basil Bradshaw signing out from this newscast.